What it do? It's your girl Drea G,
This is Tasha, also known as the Black Rogue.
and we are the Grits. What's good, Tosh? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. I had a crazy weekend in New Orleans. That shit was crazy. That shit was lit.
Did you get some beads, girl, or did you?
Yes. I threw my titties twice.
Oh,
Twice. My my homegirl was like the hype man. Like she was like my coach to throw my titties. She was like, hey, you gotta do like this, you gotta tease them, and you gotta get the crowd rallied up, and then you gotta show your titties.
okay. So she was like your wing woman this weekend.
Yes, I had it was lit. I had a good weekend. I met my future husband that I probably never gonna talk to again.
Sounds
I mean,
about right.
I love New Orleans. I really don't like the men like that, but they are handsome. Even though I don't really fuck with the
And they
people,
got those
they're handsome.
sexy ass accents.
They do. They got a little swag. They was hating on Houston, man, but it's okay. You
You
know.
know, what do they say? Do they say that like out of all like the places that New Orleans has like the best accent? Well, I don't think so, but I could be wrong. I haven't been to New Orleans.
They do got a cute little accent. They don't really like Texas people, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like Texas men, they think men are soft out here, because they crazy. So
Yeah,
they on another level crazy, but they are handsome. I'll give them that.
and
Little
crazy.
swag, yeah.
Was the food good? Because
The food was I. We
just
just went to some. I don't think we went to some good places. It was I. I'm like I could have stayed in Houston, but for this food, but
y'all
it
didn't
was
have
all right.
no charbroiled oysters or
Oh,
no.
I did. That shit was good. I got me some oysters. That shit was good. But like I had like some gumbo, and I guess I went to the wrong. I need some like authentic gumbo because I don't know. I was like over there, right downtown where everything was at, and I wasn't feeling the gumbo. I went to like two different places had a gumbo. I had shrimp and grits, and it was alright. I'm like, dang, them beignets is alright too. It was okay.
Just right. I don't know. Maybe you didn't go to the right spots.
That's what
I
I'm
don't know.
thinking. I'm thinking, well, next time if you from New Orleans, like hit me up and let me know what spots to go to.
Yes, please do.
How was your
Well,
weekend?
girl, you know what? We were rained out up here, but it got nice on Monday. I'm not feeling it though. The Memorial weekend was not all that, but
Oh
it's
Lord, it was
okay.
wet.
It, but no, they were parked. I think Monday it got nice out. And I went roller skating this week too, and I injured myself pretty badly.
Oh Lord,
So yeah, I'm not having a whole lot of fun. I didn't have as much fun as you.
how
And
you get injured?
I'm gonna talk about it. This man, he is a maniac on the skating floor, like,
Oh
and
Lord.
yeah, it was not fun. Like hardwood floors, yeah, like no breaks, like nothing to break my fall. So that wasn't fun. But what I do want to say is this weather is not typical right now. It's literally June, and it's feel like I feel like it's May around here. I feel like it's May showers. It's
Mm.
cold, it's rainy, but it's okay because I'll be spending my fourth somewhere else. So I'm looking forward to that.
Where
Some
you
tropical.
going?
I'm going to Costa Rica.
Girl, you
So
stay out, flying out.
no, I've been chilling. How did you say been staying out? And so you still got travels, but so I'm looking forward to that. So
Who you
it's
going to
all
Costa
good.
Rica with?
Listen,
It's none of my
listen.
business. Okay, it's none of my business.
I'm gonna have a little vacation, but it should be nice. So I'm looking forward to it. So we'll see. So this week we are pouring up or pouring up. So we're either, you know how we do it. We're either pouring up or we're blessing the heart of a few folks. And this week I'm kicking it off with a up. So good news. Naomi Osaka. She's been in the news a lot lately, the tennis star. And she just continues to like amaze and just like as a woman of color, just make me proud. And she was in the news because, obviously she was fined because she didn't want to do the interview for the French Open. And so she was fined at $15,000 and she stood by the stance. And I commend her for that because it's just like, yeah, you can't put a price on your mental health. And, the media, they tried to then bully her. And so she trump carded them and she said, you know what? Hey, I just won't be a part of it. And, where they think that may have hurt her, it's only helped her in the long run because according to Forbes, she's being named like the 12th highest paid athlete. Like, right. She made, I want to say, I'm looking at it, she made in 2020, $77 million. And a lot of that had to do with endorsements. And so, these brands that she's aligned with, they're not backing down from her. They're supporting her. They're coming to her aid, but, it's endearing them more to her. So shout out to her. Appreciate her for sticking to her guns because, yeah, her mental health is very important. And, she's sending a real firm message that, you're not going to bully me for my stance.
Dang, she make more money than Serena. What's number 2?
All right. Number 2. I'm giving it's a little bit of both. So I'm pulling up to this because it is cool. A skating rink in BK. It's not really a skating rink, but it's like a gym that is transformed into a skating rink on Wednesdays. So it's in Bed-Stuy. It's on Kosciuszko Street. Real cool vibe. You know what? I'm just very nostalgic. So I got to get my own pair of skates because I wasn't wearing my own pair of skates. So I have to get my own pair of skates. But it was a really cool vibe. They had a DJ, just grown folks, just, a good time. I want to say that they have a class from 6:30 to 7:30. And then I want to say from 7:30 until 11, you can skate on Wednesdays. But real fun time. But, it brought out that nostalgia. Did you ever go to skating rings when you were coming of age, Tosh, or no?
I can't remember. Maybe I think I did when I was like in elementary school.
Right. So those were big when we were in elementary, even until junior high, where, in Dallas, growing up in Oak Cliff. Anyway, funny enough, they used to always go to the skating ring to fight. The kids at my school to fight. And you know what? Last night, somebody made me fall. And I was thinking in my mind, I'm like, I can't believe that kids will come here to fight on these hardwood ass floors.
But they was fighting? That's how you feel?
No, they weren't fighting last night, but I'm just saying, like, it just made me think about like when I was a kid and people would be at the skating rink fighting. And I'm just like, who would want to do this? But I fell last night really hard and I hurt myself because this dude was being a maniac on the dance floor and whizzing by doing all his tricks and shit.
He was killing the shit.
Yeah, he thought so.
Did he help you out when he hit your ass? Did he help you out?
He came twisting, twirling, skating back around. Yes, he did, along with somebody else. I was done.
You should have tripped his ass. You should have tripped him.
I definitely thought about it. I was done after that. But Crazy Leg Skate Club and BK, check it out. Number 3, I'm giving, this is a bless your heart, and it's simply just because I'm tired of hearing his name associated with drama, DaBaby. So I love me some DaBaby, shout out to him. He's a grits. I love it. I like his style, but he has been synonymous with drama of lately, whether it's him or somebody in his camp. And at some point, it's just like, well, I mean, how much bad luck can it be? Or, are you putting yourself in these positions? You know what I'm saying? To react.
He's short. He angry. They're
all and he got a short temper. And I mean, I just don't see a positive into it. And we've seen so many people from Nipsey, just so many people, just senseless violence, people that a lot of times.
I heard they shot at him though. Got shoot back. If they shooting at you, got shoot back.
I guess, child.
I heard it was self-defense.
Right, but it's always something. So at some point, I don't know.
No problems. Biggie said that.
I guess. Either way, we're gonna see how it pans out. But I'd like to see him, low key. So I wish him good luck with that.
All right.
Number four, we have Mary J. Blige, My Life documentary. So I'm pulling up to that. It's Black Music Month. When I was a kid, Mary J. She used to be my favorite artist. Like she really was. But then her and KC from Jodeci got together, and it kind of ruined that a little bit. But I remember that album and just being a kid and hearing cuts or just even like when I think about tracks like Real Love and just what type of nostalgia and just all that. So shout out to Mary because we know over the years she's been through a lot. A lot of her life is played out like most celebrities' life they do. Right.
That documentary gonna have us crying, girl.
Yeah, it will. But I mean, I look at her now and look, how far and where she is, and so that's such a blessing. And I mean, just so many things that she's accomplished and overcome. So I think it's a celebration, and it's gonna be a toast to her and her journey. So shout out to Mary.
So Mary is the only female that I know in the history of music that has probably rocked every shade of blonde and looks good.
Girl,
like I gotta give my sis a toast to all the blonde. I know that this is gonna be a depressing story, and I'm ready to cry. So because all her music is depressing. Maybe she had one or twice like lit song, but she's very, but I love some Mary, so I'm looking forward to it too.
All right. I jacked her swag a plenty of times for sure.
So number 5, we're gonna toast to I'm toasting, and we're gonna toast to Tiffany Haddish. I heard she's adopting a child. And that's what's up. I'm all for people, however they want to have kids. If, and it's a lot of kids out there that need homes, that need to be adopted. So I'm going to drink to that, as well as I heard she's playing FloJo.
Oh, that's dope.
I'm ready because I want to see her in a different light, and not just the comedy light, in the films that she's in comedy. I want to see her transition because remember back in the day, like Will Smith, and he was like a comedian back in the day and Fresh Prince. And then he kind of grew into like a serious actor, Jamie Foxx too. So I'm like very intrigued to see, how she's going to be in this movie.
You know what? It's funny enough because they posted a picture of her on Shade Room and like looking at the angle of her face, she looks like her. But I'm anxious to see her in it, and I think she'll do good with it because I actually saw her in a drama. We do typically see her in a lot of comedy, but she was in a movie before she got him, and then she got together with him, Common. She was in The Kitchen, and she was in it with Melissa McCarthy is her name. And that movie was really good. And it was like these like mafiosa ladies like on the East Coast in one of these towns, but that's a movie. So check it out because she did play a real serious person in that. So
I forgot she was also in Madam CJ Walker that was on Netflix. She did a decent job. She played her daughter. She did a decent job in that too. So the next story is the Buckingham Palace. I'm going to bless my heart to them. So just recently in the news, it was an article about a lot of the Black workers that worked in the palace saying that they were being discriminated against and they weren't able to have higher roles in administrative roles or whatever those roles were. I'm like, man, like I already had a feeling that they had Megan tried to warn us, y'all. Megan tried to tell us that they racist as fuck and nobody up there listening. I knew they was racist because they ancestors own slaves. So I'm just like, come on now. So you mean to tell me that they never been racist? They got to have some type of, history of racism too, just like America. So I'm gonna bless my heart to them. And the queen, she looked racist. So she just gives me, racist vibes. I don't know if it's Karen, but maybe something else.
There's a matriarch,
Yeah.
royal matriarch vibes.
Right. Something ain't right about them.
Something ain't clean in the milk. Something ain't clean in the
I
milk.
feel like they tried Princess Diana because she used to go to Africa all the time to help the kids. Feel like something ain't right.
And we know they tried her. So, all right.
Number 7, Basketball Wives. So I'm going to bless my heart to Basketball Wives because this show needs to just end. Lord, Evelyn came on the media, made a whole press conference, which nobody gives a damn about, saying she's no longer doing Basketball Wives like we care. Over the past couple of years, this girl has been a bully. She's been rude as fuck. She's been hood. She's been ghetto. She's been fighting everybody, their mama.
And she loves to play victim.
Right. And I'm ready for it to be over. I don't like Shani ass because Shani, I feel like she's a colorist. Even though she don't see the shit, she's a colorist. I don't like her ass. I don't like none of them. All the show just needs to just go, just like Love and Hip Hop. I don't like Love and Hip Hop either. To retire these shows.
So they just need to dismantle it all and I don't know. And you know what irritates me is that it's funny because they kept Basketball Wives all these years. Wags wasn't that bad. And what it wasn't. And they had some all right people, some all right ladies.
I love Wags. I watched the Atlanta version. I know they had they had Miami, I think.
I like the Miami one and I like the girls from Miami. And so, yeah.
Yeah, and it wasn't so much crazy drama and fights. It was like real women that were either dating men that were athletes or, or married to them. And like the Atlanta one was pretty good because they had this one girl that was a cheerleader. And I felt like her story was authentic. And yeah, and then they had this other girl that was like, they was in what do you call it? Entanglement type of situation with her man, but it was a good show. They should just kept Wags, honestly. That's what Shani should have did, but she made it ghetto.
What can be said?
So number 8, it is Pride Month. So I want to give a shout out to all my LGBTQ community. So it's a lot of events going on this month, a lot of history as well as going on this month. So yeah, I want to give a shout out.
All right. So number 9, I'm actually shouting out just Black excellence. And so Pierre from Quality Control Music, he had a birthday celebration and it looks like he brought, everybody and their mother, of Black elite and Black excellence out. Now, I didn't see Beyonce there or Jay. But we saw a lot of stars out, and I just think that it was a beautiful thing. And I know so many of us have just been all cooped up. So I know they felt like they were at the damn Met Gala, and the way they looked, it looks like they went all out for it. And it's like, why not? Like, y'all young, Black, getting it, like shit, live life to the fullest. So I just love that display of Black excellence. So shout out to them. Okay, so 10, to close it out, I'm blessing the heart of them on this whole situation for number 10. It's just too much. Between Fallon, Portia, and Simon, the saga continues. And we're just getting more information. We know that Fallon is about to have her own announcement about, how everything unraveled. And Simon is, coming back with his own accusations saying that she's pregnant, by somebody that was a mutual friend of theirs. I don't know. We don't know. Portia's planning 3 weddings and celebrating Simon's birthday. It's kind of messy right now. So I just hope that they can all work through it because it's a lot going on. What you think, Tosh?
That shit is a hot ass mess. First of all, this is like actually normal life. Even though they like influencers and shit like this shit happened in everybody else's day life. We have the same.
Beat my coworker ass.
I mean, shit like that work. That is real life, girl. It's real life shit like that be going on, So I don't Like, and then Simon, like, he said that she cheated on him and she's having a baby on the way. So I'm very interested to see this announcement or what that she's about to, you know, go on.
And Simon got a lot of time. He responding to Wendy Williams. It's just.
He's the victim here. I feel like he's the victim. Like, if she really did cheat on his ass, she ain't shit. Like, you know what I mean? Wait till you get a divorce to cheat, sis.
Did she really cheat on his ass, or is he just throwing that out there?
He said that several times, but he said that before. He said that several times. I believe that because think about it. He old as fuck, and like, who the hell out there like is going to be attracted to a man like that? They got 3 kids.
She has 3 kids. I don't know if they're all his, but she got 3 kids.
Well, she got 3 kids. Oh,
yeah. So she's not just sitting around twiddling her thumb. She got 3 kids. So I don't think that she's just going to go cheat on her $40 million man.
She probably would. Think about it.
Girl,
she's gonna get caught.
Come on, he would be more prone.
He probably can't get it up though. He probably can't get it up. So she got to go to.
So you think that Portia would be getting with him if he can't get it up, and all these other little hot young things?
That's women out here do it all the time.
Throwing it at him. Yeah.
Yes, women do it all the time.
He an old school player. He an old school player.
He is not no damn player. I think the whole cheating.
He been married 3 times.
He is the victim.
Something ain't clean in the milk.
Shit.
Something ain't clean. That means he just
a hopeless romantic. He just a hopeless
he a male Gemini, girl.
He's a hopeless romantic, and these hoes probably do him dirty. You don't know him like that.
Right. I don't. I just know what I see. And I would be hurt if I were her, but
hurt. She probably was cheating on him. Do you just see the video where she proposed to that nigga?
They said that was awful, child.
I don't trust it. I'm ready for that. We need to just watch. Okay, we need to watch.
And even the man that he was saying is his replacement. I don't believe it. But
why the man editing shit on Instagram?
I don't know. But you also didn't know she had 3 kids. She had 3 kids. So
she looked good for having 3 kids though.
Yeah. So yeah. But anyway, bless that whole situation. Y'all work it out.
So let's go to Southern Soundoff. So Southern Soundoff is just whatever we want to talk about for the week and give our Southern perspective to. So this week, we're going to be talking about dating preference when it comes to money. So just recently, I was just looking at an interview by Jess the Mess, and she was saying how she doesn't date broke men in terms of men that work at fast food restaurants, call centers, dudes that do customer service. She is not about that life. So we're just going to talk about that. So would you ever date a broke man or a man that is poor? Is there a difference between broke and poor?
Yeah, not a lot. Because broke, you could be, cash broke, but you're working and, and you still can. And then poor is just, you're homeless. You're homeless.
That's me, girl. I'm poor.
And you don't have money to get your place.
Oh, Lord.
And then you have to be an opportunist. So it's different between being broke, because like I said, you could be working and just on your grind and you could be paying bills or paying something off and you can be broke. But poor is different.
So I got another question for you. Would you date a man that's living at home with his parents and saving money for a house?
If he really has a plan for it, yes, and it makes sense. And he's like, it has to be something. Like maybe he's doing something, child. Maybe he's a caretaker at home. He has a child and he needs help. It just depends on what the situation is. And if he's really actively buying a house, like if he's really like saving towards it. But no, I ain't just gonna be with nobody couch surfing on their mama's, couch.
Because I'm only saying that because I saw an influencer or a random person on social media, and he was just like, he was dating this girl and he was like on a budget because I think he was trying to save up. I don't know if he was trying to save up for a house or what. And he told the girl that, and the girl stopped talking to him. And basically she was like, oh, he broke. I don't have no time. So that's why I'm saying that. Like,
well, you know what? I'm going to say this. You can do that, but I guess it's all in the delivery. You know what I'm saying? Like that could be the thing, but she don't necessarily need to know all that. Whatever
Right.
you do, don't, it's like a chef preparing food in the kitchen. Like I don't want to see you prepare it. I want it to come out, want it to be good. I want it to look appealing. And so women don't need to know all that. Be thoughtful, be thrifty or be resourceful, but that probably could be a turn off. You don't have to say it or, put it at every turn.
So speaking of, you just said kitchen or whatever you just said, girl. So would you ever date, like Just Hilarious said that she wouldn't date any man that is like a cashier, food delivery, whatever. Could you ever date one of those type of men? FedEx worker, cashier, you know?
Well, FedEx people have, good benefits, and there are people that work for FedEx and have. So yes, I could work for I could be with someone that works within FedEx.
Okay.
Uh, you know, they have executives, all sorts of people. But as far as a cook in the fast food restaurant, oh baby, I'm too old for that. No, at this stage, no, I can't. That's not where I'm at in my life.
I can't do it either. I remember one time I was in like college or I graduated from college. I don't even know. So one time we in the drive-through, me and my mom in the drive-through at McDonald's, and I'm coming home to visit. So the guy, he opens up the window or whatever. And my mom is like, "This is my daughter I told you about. She's single." I'm like, "Mother, really, McDonald's? You can't aim a little higher? You can't aim for like Chick-fil-A, like McDonald's?
Mm,
Like, really? I'm not about that life. I'm too old
Chipotle.
to like, what if he lost his job though, yo boo, or say it's like this is a bad economy, right now. Say the man had a corporate job, he lost his job, and he ended up having to work at like customer service or, food delivery or one of those like customer service type of jobs. Would you give him a chance? Say he was like a finance broker or some shit, but he had to do what he had to do, to make ends meet. But he was still applying to finance broker jobs and shit.
Everybody got a story to tell. Everybody got a story. What you want me to do? Bring out my tiny violin? It depends.
Damn.
Listen, no. Let me break that down. Meaning, like, okay, did I just meet him and he's feeding me this, or were we together and this happened?
Broke niggas need love too.
No. What you got to do is invest that love into yourself first, so then you could truly get the love that you deserve. But okay. Going back to that.
Okay, so let's go up to like B Simone. So, what about a 9-to-5 man? Because B Simone said she don't fuck with 9-to-5 men. She want like an entrepreneur, like a boss, because she felt like they couldn't relate to her lifestyle. So could you do, like, say you was an entrepreneur, or, you are an entrepreneur. Could you date someone that just works a 9-to-5 job? And say you was like an entrepreneur, like on some Bean Simone. I don't know how much money she make, but I'm pretty sure she made decent money. Like, could you date like a 9-to-5? Yeah, could you date like a 9-to-5 dude?
But what is a 9-to-5 dude? Because I'm like, what is a 9-to-5 dude? Because when does the stock market close?
She was saying that she want a dude that owns, like, she don't want a dude that works for somebody. She wants a dude that owns a company, that makes decisions, because she felt like that is more relatable for her as an entrepreneur, because she works for herself, basically.
Okay, well, maybe that works for her. She's dating a football player, so.
Oh, she is? Damn.
Or she was, or a couple of months back.
Player.
Right.
She don't have no neck like me, and she got a whole football player.
And I mean, he's not a 9-to-5. He's not, some entrepreneurial or tycoon. He works for an organization. But still, she's with him. I guess she's basically saying, I don't want nobody with a regular job. Okay, that's fine. I can have somebody with a regular job. I think accountants are regular jobs. Some people in the law field, yeah, I could.
So, me personally, you know, I could do it too, but also, you know, I'm like a city girl sometimes when it comes to dating or whatever. Like my mom, she kind of like a city girl, even though she's been married for 35 years, low key. My mom is like a city girl. So my mom told me, like growing up, she said, if a man can't do nothing for you, then don't date him. Cause she said that when she met my dad, my mom had like a son. When she met my dad, she was going to college. She ain't had no car. She met my dad. He was trying to holler at her. So my mom literally was like, well, I need a car to go to school. My dad literally gave my mom his car to go to school. So right. Mom was like, I got a kid. So I got a kid to take care of. I can't just be talking to anybody that can't provide, that can't do nothing. So she was like, if he can't do nothing for you, then don't fuck with him. So mama was like, you know, she like an original city girl or whatever. And look at her. She's been married for 35 years. So well, go ahead.
I was going to say, but it's true. You know, if you're in a relationship with somebody and there are things, if they see you in need and, you know, they're taking from you or y'all or whatever they're getting from you or whatever. And they like, come on.
My mom wasn't with her. My mom wasn't with my dad then. She just like met him and was dating him. She wasn't dating. She wasn't with him. She said, right. In order to date me and be in a relationship with me, you got to do these things. That's how she like came at my daddy.
Right. And I can understand that. She had a child as well. She didn't have no time for that. So, but yeah, so she basically was like, you got to do something. Like, I can't just be sitting there with you for free. Like, I don't have time for that.
So that's like the city girl mentality. Like they got this mentality where, you know, even when it comes to sex, it was like, you can't be fucking me, you know, for free, basically. I remember JT, I was looking at this interview with JT and Justin LA boy, or what the fuck his name is. She said the Justin funniest shit. Yeah, I don't know who the fuck he is. Is he famous or some shit? I don't know. Shit.
He's an influencer.
Shit. But she said the funniest shit to him. He asked her about like her song. They don't, you know, that song they don't be fucking with no broke niggas or whatever. I forgot how that song go. But she said to him that broke men are always angry, always walking around with an attitude, like they got these negative spirits. And I felt that in my heart. And it's so fucking true because I had a situation where, you know, this dude, he didn't have no money, but I was entertaining him. And then when he found out that I had a little bit of money, I ain't rich, you know, none of that shit, but he was hating on me. Like, it was negative energy, negative spirits. Like he was hating and shit. So I felt her on that shit. And, you know, even fucking for free. Like, I ain't about that life either. Like, even though I have, you know, in the past, don't judge me, y'all. Don't judge me, Lord. But I feel them too. Like, we too grown for that. Be fucking somebody for free that ain't like at least like courting you, you know, take you out, doing good stuff for you and shit that you can't like. You need, if I'm gonna smash somebody, I need to at least be able to depend on him just in case some shit pops off if I need him or some random shit.
Right. And that's true. And see, you know, people get into that debate. They're like, oh, you know, you know, I don't need nobody to do this, or they shouldn't have to do this. And it's not about that at the end of the day. If you guys are, you know, if it's a give and take type of situation, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is. And if they are getting something for nothing, then, you know, when you get something for nothing, do you ever really value it? No.
Damn.
It's true. And you know what? Those are some tough lessons that, you know, that we as women, we have to learn. Like, you know, sometimes when that happens and it doesn't pan out the way you want it, it's like, well, shit. Well, you know, and so those are those things that you learn from. But, you know, those are things that the city girls are saying off top. They like, nah, like, shit, you want to fuck on me? Like, you ain't fucking me for free. And I mean, I feel that. You know, if I'm not saying that you have to do anything for me, you know, because you don't, you know, I'm self-sufficient, but, you know, if you want to do that and these are the ways that you want to demonstrate that you care, you know, then yeah, because when you care about somebody, you're going to demonstrate it in however way that looks.
Right.
You being like, thoughtful, whatever.
I got like a wealthy man right now that, you know, he ain't getting nothing from me, but he want to fly me out and do all this other stuff. And I'm like, man, I don't want to smash the man, so I ain't gonna allow him to do all of that. But I mean, at the end of the day, like, you know, shit, if I like him, shit, I appreciate that, you know. So I'm like the city girl in some ways. And also, you know, the city girls and, you know, the Megan Thee Stallion mentality is pretty much the same, because they say, like, in one of the city girl lyrics, she said, you fucking with a bitch who don't need nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to fuck, I'm gonna need something. Where the money at? That's like the realest quote. Like, cause I think that's like my life too. Like, you know, I don't really need nothing from these niggas, you know, unless, you know, like manly shit though, like to kill bugs and shit, you know, stuff like that. But like in terms of money, like I don't really need nothing from y'all. But you know, shit, if you trying to fuck with me, then you know, I need somebody on that Rick Ross shit. Fuck with me, you know I got it.
You like, shit, I want a big boss vibe though. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a big boss vibe energy. So that's what I'm gravitating towards. And it's nothing wrong with that. But yeah.
My daddy was a boss to my mama. So, you know, that's why I look at you know, people always talking about, people, parents, and, you know, broken homes being like this. But I'm like, I come from a 2-parent household, and people always, these men be trying to tell me that I'm wrong to think the way I think. I'm like, well, damn, who's right then? Because they talk bad about a woman that was raised in single parent households, and then I'm raised in a 2-parent household, and they up there talking bad about that, about my expectations. I'm like, Lord Jesus, this world, these men these days, not all of them, but some of these men, Lord Jesus.
Right. And you know what? I'm gonna go back to this out and I'll tack it in. But you know, you asked me about a 9 to 5. You know what? My dad, he wasn't a 9 to 5, but you know, he wasn't like, he wasn't an entrepreneur, but my dad was like a hustler. And you know, he had kids that he had to provide for, and so he's just very pragmatic, very he's not like adventurous. He's not like somebody that will break out of a box. He's like somebody that's very pragmatic. But I look for traits like that in men now. And so it's just like, you know, somebody that has that hustle and knows how to you know, run things and knows how to make decisions, and their decisions are educated, and they're that, like, I look for that type of stuff too. So I'm not saying that, so that's why I'm kind of like, you know, a little bit soft about like that I guess a 9 to 5 type person, or a 9 to 5 type dude.
Right. You know, is your daddy single?
Yes, girl, and he don't want to mingle.
How you know?
Because he says that he don't want to be bothered, girl. My daddy's 67.
He said he don't be bothered by nobody.
Yeah, girl. He done been married a couple times. He got about, you know, 5, 6 kids. I think he good.
He over. Okay. Your daddy handsome though, but okay.
Yeah, girl. He real handsome. He stay active, and he knows how to cook, and he's that's my daddy. Anyway.
So what about Tracy Ellis Ross and all these other women, Andrea?
Okay, so we've been talking about all these couple of different archetypes of, I guess, women, you know, from City Girls, Megan, B. Simone, you know, even Jess. All right, so like then you got these other women that have different a different response, you know, when it comes to like their mates, I guess, having like money. Like, so we have somebody like, you know, Tracy Ellis Ross. So she's a little bit different from everybody because, you know, she's single. She's always been single. But like we've seen her date, you know, certain people. I think we saw her date like Boo, which is like Akon's brother. You know, but like recently, she even had like a magazine interview, and it was just like, you know, she's successful. She's always been wealthy, all this type of stuff. But she still always wanted, you know, to be married or to have that fairy tale type of you know, ending, but it didn't happen for her yet. But she's okay with that. You know what I'm saying? So she's somebody like where, you know, money is of no consequence, you know, and she's like, well, shoot, I'll stay single until something is appealing. You know, I've dated men with money. You know, I have my own money. So she, you know, she's just one of these women and she's empowered by it. It's like, you know what? I've had it, I've had somebody with means, but it didn't work out. And I'm still whole and I'm still living my life and I'm content. And so that's what I take away from Tracy. And I think that's cool because she's wildly successful and she's a sexy woman and, she makes it look good and she ain't crying over no man. So well, I don't know that. I don't know that because I'm quite sure that she still cried over men because, we're human. But at the same time, I see a fearless, confident woman and she's just like, I'm not going to hold myself to that no more. She may have used to feel self-conscious about it. Like, shit, I'm not married, but I like the fact that she's embracing it. Like, do you feel like, obviously, I know, like, you come from a two-parent, like, do you ever think, like, are you one of those people that, like, you have to get married?
Yes.
Okay.
Right. I want babies. True. So I ain't trying to have no babies out of wedlock, even though, I mean, at this point, shit, it happens. But I'm trying to have like, 2-parent household to raise my kids. Like, I mean, my parents probably wouldn't give a damn because they want grandkids so bad, but that's what I want.
Right. So no Surrogate type situation. You would never do an alternative thing. You want to get married because that's the only way you really having children.
Yeah. Well, I could do the surrogate shit if I'm married.
You're like, if I'm married still. Okay, I got you. Well, and the same, I guess, would apply to me. But you know what? I mean, I want to have children. I do. I want to have children. I think it would be crazy if I didn't, marry at some point for sure. But I don't want to be like, I'm one of these women where it's like, I don't care, but I just want to live life and enjoy. And I do want to have a family though. So, but shout out to Tracy because she's, still doing it. But then you got other people on the flip side, like that are successful, the same, type of women, Mariah Carey, or J-Lo, or even Nicki Minaj. These are examples where, these are breadwinning women. They got money. Mariah Carey, J-Lo and Nicki Minaj. And, they have all dated people that were not as wealthy as them. Hell, we see Nicki Minaj. I mean, I don't know nothing about her husband like that, other than what they, got in the media. But we know she wealthy, and he's, unknown to us, but maybe he's some tycoon that we don't know about. But but for her, I guess they've been knowing each other for a long time. They have a rapport. She felt like she could trust him. And so for her, it wasn't a trade-off. It wasn't like, I have to have a man that's earning as much as me or more than me. She didn't feel like that. And so that's cool that is working in a relationship. And now she can be a wife and she could be a mom because she's been a boss in so many other areas. So that power dynamic probably works for her. Even the same thing that could be said with Mariah Carey, and even J-Lo, but Mariah Carey specifically, because we know Nick Cannon was significantly younger than her when they got together. We know that Nick Cannon got money now, but Mariah has been having a lot of money. She's been rich for 30 years, for 25 years. So, he definitely didn't have the same, they weren't on the same wealth. It was definitely a gap, but she didn't care about that, and she married him and she had babies for him. And, and they were together for a while. It shocked everybody when they got together. He got that big tattoo of her name on his back. And, it seemed like they was going to thug it out. But now he got all these other babies popping up. But even with Mariah, she be dating her dancers. Her boyfriend right now is a dancer.
I don't like this. They taking our regular ass men. That's what it is. They already rich and shit.
So
It's
do
like,
you want the dancer? Are you, I should ask you, so will you date a dancer?
no, I would. But I'm just saying, for other women out there, other poor women out there, they want to date fucking dancers and shit. They up there, and then when he break up with Mariah, he gonna look at her and be like, "Bitch, I know you're gonna try me. I had fucking Mariah Carey, bitch. I'm aiming high." Like, damn.
Right. You know, he gonna have only the baddest after that because you can't, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But even J-Lo now, see, you know, J-Lo's got a smorgasbord. Like she's like truly like whatever strikes my fancy. But we have seen her like one of her first marriages. She married, you know, was he a dancer? He was something like that. But you know, he was an unknown dude. They got divorced. And even, you know, she had another dancer boyfriend for a long time. So she doesn't mind doing that either. And you know what? We've seen her try to date other like I guess alpha type people like herself, like A-Rod. Her and A-Rod for some reason and but that's not for everybody because she was with Mark Anthony for some time. But she doesn't mind dating young dudes either. But she will kind of go over the gamut. But again, so these are some women that, you know, they don't care when it comes to that. They're like, shit, I got enough wealth. I ain't tripping off of it.
Mm-mm. You know, the crazy thing is I got a homegirl who she makes good money. She's a lawyer. And her dude don't make that much money. I don't think he make money that much at all. She was telling me how she's okay with splitting everything in half down the line. I was like, well, to each his own. I was kind of shocked with that because I'm like, they're gonna be roommate. But if that's her relationship, that's her relationship.
Right. I feel like that's their relationship. And if I were in that position, maybe, and I had been with someone for a while, and you know, that was the relationship and that's the trust that we had, then I do that too. I don't think you know, you know, she's like, this is my man, he a good man. Shit, I'll do that. You know what I'm saying? I make like I'm not tripping because you know what's mine is ours essentially.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if I got a man that I know is going to bat for me and I know that it's us against, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't.
So then we got like Kevin Samuels. You know, he's the last sis that I'm gonna talk about today. So Kevin Samuels, when he talks about money a lot, because I listened to a couple of his shows, y'all. He's a hot ass mess. He's entertaining, but he ain't shit. I don't need to be supporting his ass. But he was saying basically that women need men to be like financially stable in the household in terms of buying homes and stuff like that. And then he was talking about like high value men and women. So like he describes his version of a high value man as someone that earns 10K a month, earning 10K a month, of course, over 5 years, acceptance to another group of high value men, prominent position in society, and the ability to be of use by other high value men. So like on his show, he was saying how women who have kids that are over 35, that is like they weigh over 150 and all this stuff that he says they high value men with money don't want their asses. That's what he says. So what do you think about that?
Oh, soft again. I don't really know too much about Kevin Samuels other than the spoofs that I see on social media. But I will say that I guess I do hear some nuggets and I hear what he's saying. But again, is this man married?
He been divorced 3 times, I heard.
Oh, because I didn't think that he was hetero. But I don't know. I got duality with this because again, I'm not a fan of men, you know, preaching to women or telling them this. I don't know if I feel like it could be more appreciated if it were coming from a woman. Probably not, maybe not either, but I definitely can't appreciate it coming from him, trying to tell me. But some of these points,
So do you think that, like, so we talked about all these, influencers and celebrities. From a Kevin Samuel standpoint, he's saying that if you are a regular female and you're not like a rich female, or you're not like an attractive female, or you don't weigh this size and you're older a certain age, you will not attract a rich man or a man with money.
Right. You don't know what kind of fetishes people have. So I don't think that he can just speak across. I feel like people exude and they get what they want. I feel like if you feel unattractive, or if you feel these things about yourself, then you fix them. But if you're happy with what you got going on, then you're gonna attract whatever you want and where you at with it.
So like when I watch a show, so it's women on the show that come on there saying they want like a man that makes good money, 6 figures, and he'd be like, oh, you ain't cute or whatever. So the crazy thing is, I was talking to like 2 of my high value, I want to call them bays because they like me, but I don't like their asses. So associates, I guess. And they make good money. Like one, I think one is a millionaire. I'm not sure. And the other one is like, he makes like 6 figures, like probably like $500,000 a year. It's crazy because I was asking them about Kevin Samuels, and they were like, that's all a lie. They was like, he don't know what he's talking about. It was like, we're high value men. And he was like, one of the dudes was like, I would talk to a girl that weighs over a certain weight. And the other guy was like, I would talk to an older female, like if she was like this. Like, it's so crazy.
Right. That's what I'm saying. He can't be generalizing and just stereotyping and just saying what he thinks, because these are his own opinions. Like, what are they merited in?
Right. So that's going to take us to our grits pick of the week. So this week I'm going to just give a shout out and put like energy and prayers to the universe for Charmaine from Black City, Chicago. Just recently, she posted that her father had stage 4 esophagus cancer. I literally cried. I don't know this girl from a can of paint, but a lot of people tell me that I remind them of her personality wise. And like, she's a grits. And it's just so sad because she just lost her mother from cancer. And now her father is undergoing chemo, lost his memory, and he has stage 4. And that's like at the last stage. And so I just want to my heart goes out to her. She's a strong queen to be able to, put a smile on her face and talk about this and go on social media. So.
Yeah. Shout out to Charmaine. Definitely sending her some positive vibes. I know that's got to be difficult.
Right.
All right. So our G code gem of the week. All right. So G code gem of the week is, so I saw a quote and it just made me think. I'm going to give something about confidence this week. It basically was just like, I saw this tweet and it's saying that, you're automatically 10 times more attractive when you're confident. You really just got to know, like, you're, the shit, without anybody having to tell you. So just about being confident in wherever you are. If you don't like something, fix it. But self-confidence is key. Like, I feel like when you are confident and you feel good about yourself, everything else flows. You find better men, you get better jobs, you just everything just flows. So, just revel in that.
I felt it. I feel it.
Receive it. I receive it too.
Anyway.
All righty, y'all. Well, let's wrap this on up.
It's been real. You know, it's been good kicking it with you guys. You can stream us on all streaming platforms: Apple Podcast, Spotify, SoundCloud, Podbean,
YouTube.
Make sure you go check us out. GritsinTheCityPodcast.com. You can visit us and check out our episodes and our website content there. Go check out Tits and Giggles TV as well. And
all right, y'all, stay tuned for the next episode.